Guess what? I did it. I finally did enough work, enough healing, enough getting through the shit. I finally got rid of the last narcissist in my life. Finally got rid of the last narcissist in my life. It took a minute. It took a minute. Because I was this person's caregiver. I was in charge of their well-being and helping them get through their life and their medical history and the health issues that they have. Physical, mental, emotional. It was a long journey. It was a long road. And I thought we were making progress. But a narcissist is a narcissist. And a narcissistic person is a narcissistic person. And if they are not ready to change and fix their behaviors, they will not. You have to see the signs. And whereas I knew that I could handle this responsibility because I was raised by narcissistic people, so I knew the game. I knew what happens, what you shouldn't do, what you should do. However, I was their caregiver. I had to help them. It was my responsibility. I no longer have that responsibility. And for the longest time, I almost allowed people to let me feel and believe that I was the problem. Then I got to really thinking about it. Like, they left. They're no longer in my house. They're no longer in my home. And the only reason that they are in my life is because we share a kid. That's it. But I really started digging in to myself. Like, I did the inner work. And I was like, no, I wasn't the problem. I pointed out inconsistencies. I pointed out patterns. I pointed out disrespect and self-sabotaging characteristics and traits and the behaviors that they were exemplifying. That feels like the right word. Anyways, exerting. Whatever. But it took them leaving and getting out of my energy for me to realize just how much they were draining me and they were drowning me. And I had told them numerous times, I need you to really do the work. I need you to do the inner work and start making changes and fixes and corrections in your behavior, because you say one thing and you do another. And that's a double standard. That's a narcissistic trait that I do not tolerate. I don't tolerate it. It does not fly over here, especially in front of my kid. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. It don't fly. It don't fly. So I'm going to call you out on it every single time, especially when it comes to my kid or myself, because I defend myself now. I stand up for myself when it is necessary. And in front of my kid, it is absolutely necessary, because you will not disrespect me and you will not disrespect my kid. Absolutely not. It won't happen. Not even sorry. Not sorry in the slightest, because I don't have to be sorry. My kid deserves respect. I deserve respect. We can unearn the respect. That's fine. But we didn't. And I didn't. So you know when it is in front of you. You know. We either just choose to ignore the red flags, or when you're in a situation like I was, gonna have to get through. I just couldn't buckle down. I wasn't going to back down, and I was going to continue to stand my ground. Communication. If you really, truly want to make a relationship work on any level, you have to communicate. You have to communicate to comprehend. You have to communicate to understand. If you don't, you will fail. You will crumble, and the relationship will no longer exist. It won't, because you can't let it. Because here's the thing. You owe it to yourself to not be put in that situation. And you owe it to the other person to no longer put them in a position where they fail you. You don't. You can't. You cannot. So, I'm here leading by example. Just because I can work with narcissism, and just because I can help get people through it, it doesn't mean that I should. I am very aware that my biggest weakness is that I care way too much. My emotions are deep. I feel things deeply because my brain and my body is different. It doesn't make me egotistical. It doesn't make me boastful. I'm finally proud of who I am for so long because I was made to believe that I was the problem. The autistic side of my brain makes the way that I think and the way that I speak very literal. I try to be as clear and cut as possible. I try to be as direct as possible. Now, with that being said, I tell the truth. I tell the honest, blunt truth. I will tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That makes me different. That makes me healthy. Now, not everyone is going to receive that the right way because I understand that I'm a karmic mirror. I understand that I show people the things inside them that they do not want to see. But that is how we grow. That is how we heal. Because in order to heal, we have to feel. In order to know that it's real, we have to feel. Because our bodies tell us. Now, when you have been raised backwards, toxic will feel comfortable. Toxic will feel right. Flip it. What is right will feel uncomfortable. What is right will feel like a red flag. Flip it. You have to start getting uncomfortable so that you can get to the real comfortable. You owe it to yourself and you owe it to them. You've got this. I believe in you. I'm proud of you, how far you have come in your journey, regardless of where you are, even if you're in step 1. I am proud of you because you are putting action behind your words. If your actions and your words do not match, you are one, living a double standard. You are also toxic, and you might want to check and see if you have any kind of narcissistic traits because that's where it starts. Because that creates a pattern. So do you have a healthy pattern or an unhealthy pattern? Love you!